Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Bakulumpe TV. Today we're going to be talking about a very important topic. So I just hope you guys are going to enjoy this video and also are going to like it, subscribe, and also share the video. So to start with, let me just play this clip quickly and then we'll dive into it.
The Zambian government, Bishop, sold the copper mines in northern Zambia to an outside consortium for $25 million. The copper mines for $25 million because they couldn't manage to keep them. The company that came in and took over the Zambian copper mines in 3 months made a profit of $75 million. They did not pay the Zambian government upfront in cash for the mines. They were going to pay them over a period of time. Here we have this company that has an understanding of how things work, raised the money at the government's expense, took money that the company should have, the government should have been making, and gave it back to the government and said, we paid our debt in full. And give them now 0.006% of the proceeds of copper mining. When right outside the door there's people in poverty, people in not eating, people ignorant, people dying, high levels of AIDS.
All right, so the gentleman here is saying the truth, and there's a lot of poverty in Zambia. There's a lot of people who are sick, no proper treatment. So this is the truth. He's saying the truth. But what should Zambia do? What should we do? Okay, so the main reason why I'm doing this video, yesterday I posted a video where I was reacting to the riots in Chingola, okay? So what I concluded was those guys were running around with bags of mini meal, which they had stolen from the shops, was because of poverty, okay? So in Zambia, there's people who are very rich, okay, and there's also people who are very poor. So there's a very big gap there. Why is there poverty in Zambia? Number one is because the government is not able to fund all the programs where they can help mitigate these problems, you know. I think the solution they found of selling the mines was a big mistake that Zambia made. Honestly, I don't think Zambia is ready, or was ready that time. Until now, we're not ready really to deal with these multinational companies, because these companies, they're in for a real killing. They're in for huge margins. They want to make as much as they can, and what's going to happen is in future we will be just left with holes there. They'll be just filling the, a lot of tunnels, which will be just full of water, because there'll be nothing really left for us. Another thing I wanted to talk about is the issue of tax avoidance. These big companies, they avoid paying tax. Okay, the way they do it is through different means. Okay, they use different methods where they can just avoid to pay tax. They'll just declare that there's they've made a loss, and so they'll just move on like that, and government will just accept and say, okay, they'll pay maybe next month or next year, whatever. So here we have an article by Finance in Africa, where they've stated that Zambia loses $3 billion as mining giants dodge taxes. Can you imagine that? And this article is very recent. This is January 31st. So here it says Zambia is depending on its mining sector to recover from tough year caused by a severe drought. This is because mining plays a significant role in the country's economy, making up to over 70% of export earnings and nearly 30% of government revenue. Okay, now here we have reports that suggest that Zambia loses up to $3 billion each year to tax avoidance by multinational mining firms. Look, this is shameful that this is happening. Why are we allowing such to happen? Why would a company just come in, make billions and billions, and don't even pay us for that? So meaning that we're not even respected by these people, that such that they can do that right in your home ground. So these multinational companies, what they do is they use this accounting practice called transfer pricing. So transfer pricing involves two entities that in the same basically in the same company, subsidiaries, where they trade together. Okay, so basically a company can be part of Glencore in this case, but they sell to each other. Okay, so this company can sell machinery to Glencore, or Glencore can also sell copper to this little company at the price lower than the market price. As a result, you'll find that in Zambia, they'll end up declaring a loss in Zambia while declaring a profit in a tax haven such as Switzerland. So this is a practice they use, and as a result, in Zambia, you find that they'll avoid paying tax because they made a loss, and then in Switzerland, they'll make a profit because the company that buys the copper sells the copper direct to China at the market price of $10,000 a ton. So that's how Zambia loses out from getting this money as tax. Yeah. Okay. So they make that huge profit, and the company in Zambia now will just declare a loss. Okay. And sometimes they will declare like, okay, we just made a few percentage of profit, and then they pay tax on that profit. So that money is not enough for the government of Zambia to fund all the programs, because the huge part of that money is gone out. It's now in Switzerland. This whole issue of privatization, number one, during Chiloba, we were lied to by these elites. They came to Chiloba and this team, and most of those guys, I don't know how prepared they were. You know, they were just excited that but what has happened since privatization? Honestly, from my point of view, Zambia has not benefited from privatization. We've not made anything tangible to show that privatization was good. Okay, so my suggestion, I would say, we should have left the extraction of minerals to ourselves. We should have left that in the hands of the CCM, but just improve it, because we've got a lot of learned people in Zambia, honestly.
This is the copper belt in Zambia. Beneath the ground are the largest copper reserves in Africa, an essential commodity in the global economy.
Just look at the environment. We are failing to look after this environment because the government does not have the proper funding. Okay, they don't have enough money to provide workers to pick up this garbage, to process this garbage, we don't have enough money, financial resource to help the government to run such programs, So it's a shame.
Glencore, under Glencore, yes.
Today, virtually all Zambian copper mines are owned by multinational corporations. In 10 years, they've extracted copper worth more than $29 billion.
As a country, as a nation, God has blessed us with such an abundant natural resource. Now, the paradox is that Zambia is ranked among the bottom 20 in terms.
It's a shame that the means I can even say this, okay, that we're blessed with so much natural resource, mineral resource, yet we are very poor, among the 20 poorest countries. Can you imagine that? It's a shame. It's a shame that we can live like this, honestly.
Of poverty, 20 poorest countries. We are wealthy, yet we are poor.
The problem is no longer so much one of absolute poverty. It's become one of inequality, and Zambia is really a case in point for this.
A lot of people think that we in the West have been extremely generous in the amount of foreign aid that we provide to the developing countries, and particularly to Africa. Globally,
we even organize people to come and dance for these foreign guys who come with what the so-called aid, okay? Because aid itself has not helped Zambia in any way. There's nothing that we can say, no, this aid is helping us. What will help Zambia is us Zambians to work and just to make sure that things are working, okay? There's nobody who's gonna come to save Zambia. Zambia will be saved by Zambians. All these guys who are coming, all these people, I don't know when we're going to realize that most of them.
Our estimate is that the amount of money flowing out of developing countries is 10 times the amount of foreign aid flowing into developing countries.
You see? So they're getting a lot of money, yet they give us just a small change. And we don't see it. You see? That's the problem. We just give them so much, I don't know, so much respect. They're going to rescue us. But anyway, it's a shame that things are like that. And then we also have the vice president, imagine admitting that the foreign companies are stealing from us. Just look at that. Listen to that.
We're aware that Africa is losing more money from tax avoidance by foreign companies every year than it's gaining from aid from the countries from which these people come.
God, he gave copper to Zambia. And these people, if they don't respect the Zambian soil where there is copper, mining or any other business venture in Zambia, they should contribute. These mining industries, they export and we don't know what they're doing with our money. If they
rest in peace, President Sata. But if a leader can speak like this, honestly, that we don't even know where the money is going, then what are we doing? What are we doing? We really need to find solutions to this, because poverty in Zambia will just continue and there will be no end to this poverty. But as long as we are not working, ensuring that this mineral resource, the taxes are paid accordingly, then there's nothing that is going to happen for us. It will be just a disaster all the time.
exporting our minerals, the money must come back to Zambia. So the current investors should wake up, stand up and be counted, and they should not wait for the government to push them. We don't have time pushing people.
Sorry to say that those guys, they will never wake up and be counted. They will just come in and get money as much as they can and take it away from Zambia. And that's what they're there for. They're there to make huge profit, and there's nothing that we can do as long as nobody is taking the action. Okay, and that action, for me, action would have been extraction should have been left for Zambians to continue extracting under ZCCM, and then these investors, if they want to invest, let them invest in areas like processing. So basically, the price of copper, as we all know, is set at the London Stock Exchange. Okay, but in Zambia they sell it at a lower price to their sister companies, like I explained. So
London Metal Exchange, where the world market price on copper is determined. Between 2001 and 2008, the price on copper nearly quadrupled. Yet, despite the boom, the foreign investors paid virtually nothing in profit tax in Zambia.
You see? So you saw there, whereby the prices of copper have gone up, but these mining investors, what did they do? They paid literally nothing, to the treasury. You know, they paid 0%, almost 0%. So who is paying that tax? It's just a worker who's paying that tax. Otherwise, we're in trouble. We're in trouble, man. It's going to be just bad for us. You know, it's a shame that we allow this kind of thing. Look at that.
The foreign investors paid virtually nothing in profit tax in Zambia. One reason could be transfer pricing.
Transfer pricing is an enormously damaging phenomenon right the way across Africa.
The name of the game is to shift your profits out of the high-tax countries, the onshore countries, such as in Africa, where the profits are actually being made, and shift them artificially into low-tax countries, into tax havens, where they won't be taxed or won't be taxed properly. The way that this is done is by multinational groups, is that they have subsidiaries all around the world, and these subsidiaries trade with each other. And they can artificially manipulate the prices of these trades for bookkeeping purposes, for accounting purposes. The tax haven subsidiary will buy something cheaply and sell it on much more expensively, and between that gap there's a huge profit, but they won't be taxed in the tax haven.
Much Zambian copper is not traded on the open market, but bought and sold internally within the same multinational corporations.
25 doing April, May, 25 doing April, May.
On paper, this makes Switzerland one of the biggest importers of Zambian copper.
Switzerland is a huge purchaser of copper out of Zambia, but that doesn't mean that the copper is shipped from Zambia to Switzerland. The documentation goes to Switzerland, but the copper goes all over the world.
So you see, this is really, I don't understand what we're doing as a country like this, okay? Because as long as this is what's going to be happening, Zambia will never develop, because all the money required for development is externalized, okay? There's no money left in Zambia because these companies, they don't pay tax. They just don't pay tax. Whatever they pay is just less tax. And tax government is getting now is most of it, in terms of percentage, is coming from the workers, because the workers, they've got no choice, okay? They will just cut them. They will cut the tax from the salary, you know. But the companies that are employing these workers, they don't pay enough tax, you know. So even Google, I tried to search on Google about whether about avoiding of tax through transfer pricing, and this is what it gives. It says mining giants can avoid taxes through transfer pricing by manipulating prices of internal transactions, like selling minerals or services between related companies, okay, to shift profits to lower tax jurisdictions, like in this case, we're talking about Switzerland. Okay, so in conclusion, I think for us it's not working, honestly. These mines that we've privatized, there's nothing that we can show. And the only way that Zambia is going to come out of poverty is if government is able to get as much tax as they can. My suggestion may be, if that's the case, because the people are the ones that are paying the taxes, the workers, okay, and not these companies. So I think what the government can do, I'll make a video about this as well, is maybe ensure that the mine workers get paid good money, you know? Because if I compare a mine worker here in Australia, doing the same job, okay? In Australia, they make about $1,000 a day. One day, $1,000 a day. And that's equivalent to a month salary in Zambia. By the same companies, these same companies. Okay, I'll make a video about this, a separate video, extracting the copper or whatever mineral they're doing. That 1,000 is equivalent to a month. Some even less than that. So just think about it. Okay, per day, this guy is getting that much. He works for 12 hours, he gets paid $1,000 here. Okay. Over in Zambia, he works for 30 days, he gets paid that amount. And then you expect that person to pay tax to the government, that the amount of tax that is going to pay for the programs. It can't happen. Otherwise, government will continue to borrow from these foreign countries. And then these same guys will be coming back with a smile that they're coming to help us. And then we dance for them. We even give them more favors because we believe, oh, these guys are helping us. They don't help us. So guys, thank you so much for watching. And then if you like this video, just please like. If you want to comment, please comment. My second video, I'm still an amateur with these things. I'm still learning, and then I just hope I'll make myself better as we go with time. Cheers, guys. Enjoy your day. Thank you.